Hey guys, welcome to my new YouTube channel. This is Ashley ST Green, which is me, where I'll be showing you guys 100% gluten-free recipes and vegan recipes as well. My goal for this is to show you guys that you can make healthy, delicious food out of whole plant-based ingredients and still have them taste just as good as the real thing. So let's get right into the video. Alright, so let's pick our pasta. This is my favorite. It's a red lentil penne. You can use red lentil penne. You can use green lentil penne. I also have a Banza chickpea pasta that is super good with this recipe. It's all up to you. You can use a plain gluten-free pasta or even a regular one if you're not gluten-free. It's just basically whatever your favorite is. But today I will be sticking with the red lentil penne just because it is high in protein and it's only made with one ingredient and it tastes super yummy. Alright, we will need raw cashews, not salted, a medium sweet potato, enough for 1.5 cups chopped, a medium red onion, this one's kind of large, so I'll cut it later, a large lemon, we are only going to use half of it today, a large carrot, but I only have baby carrots on hand, so I'll make these work today. Nutritional yeast, you can use whatever brand you want to, but this is a very popular one. And your favorite seasonings. I have onion powder, chili powder, a specialty powder. It's all up to you, whatever your favorite flavor is. And cilantro for topping. This is an overview of the ingredients. Feel free to pause here. Alright, so we are going to begin by filling up 2 medium pots with water, and we are going to set them to boil on medium-high heat. Now we can move all of our ingredients out of the way, and we can begin by peeling our sweet potato after we washed it. Now that we have a perfectly peeled sweet potato, we can cut it into slices. I'm doing this by cutting it into large rounds first, and then breaking those rounds down into 4 or 6 chunks depending on how big each round is. You don't have to be too perfect here just because we're going to be boiling them down and blending them later. You just have to remember that the bigger you chop them, the longer they're going to take to boil. And we are putting them aside in a separate bowl. And here's what they look like. Next, we are going to take our onion. This one is a bit large, so I'm cutting it in half and chopping it into chunks. You don't have to be perfect here, just because we're throwing it in boiling water. And here's what the onion looks chopped up. And now we are going to peel and chop our carrot. These are baby carrots, they already came peeled. So luckily for me, all I have to do is chop them. And here's what they look like. Now we are going to take all of our veggies and place them in our boiling water. And time them for 10 minutes, along with our red lentil pasta. Now we want to stir our veggies when they are halfway cooked and stir our pasta as well. Alright, now we are going to take all of our dry ingredients and put them in the blender. We are going to do a 1/2 cup of raw cashews, 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Sometimes I'll use 4 depending on how cheesy I want it to turn out. And then we are going to add our seasonings. I added onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, and paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of each. and then I added half a teaspoon of salt. I will probably add more salt later, but I like to add a little bit in the beginning and then adjust it as time goes on. And then my favorite specialty seasoning as well. I will link it below in case you're interested. And here's all of our dry ingredients. Now when the veggies look like this and you can easily poke them with a fork, you can turn the heat off and set them aside. When the pasta is finished cooking as well, we are going to strain it and shake all of the excess water off. We are going to pour it in the same pot that we cooked it in once all the water's gone. This is totally optional, but I like to add about a teaspoon of olive oil and stir it into the pasta just to make sure it doesn't stick together. Now, with a slotted spoon, we are going to take all of our cooked veggies and put them into the blender. Be careful here just because the veggies are hot and it will make the blender hot as well. And this is what it looks like. Now we are going to add a half a cup of a plant-based milk. I'm using almond. And pour it all over the veggies. Then we will also be chopping up a lemon and squeezing half of the lemon into the blender as well. I usually like a lot of lemon, so I'll probably add more later on. Now we are going to close the blender and blend it up. You should be very careful here as there are hot veggies inside the blender and the blender can explode if you do not let the hot air escape. This is what it all looks up. I'll blend it up. Be sure to taste it if you want to add salt or more lemon juice. But if not, we can just pour it all over our cooked pasta. Now we just want to stir it around and make sure everything is thoroughly coated. And this is what the final result looks like. This is totally optional, but I love to sprinkle a little bit of cilantro on top of it just because it makes for a pretty looking Instagram picture and it tastes delicious as well. And we're all done. This is what it looks like. Thank you guys for watching. I'd love to see if you guys recreate this recipe or anything like that. If you guys have any recipes in the future you want me to make, you can just comment down below. And be sure to like the video if you enjoyed watching it. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.